Hello and welcome to Ryno's Ravens preview. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. When you do subscribe, you'll be getting alerts for when I drop other videos. So the scheduling for this week being slightly different. Usually do a Ravens review video on, there I go saying on again. Yeah, I usually do a Ravens review video Mondays, but the game is Monday, so it'll be Tuesday. All right, getting right into it. I'm on BaltimoreRavens.com. You can see right here, big matchup this week against the San Francisco 49ers on the road. Going to be a big matchup. The schedule makers got this one right. Have heard some people say that the Monday Night Football lineup this year is kind of lackluster, but 2-11-3 teams late in the season looks like a pretty big matchup to me. Let's get right into the injuries. Injury report page here on BaltimoreRavens.com. See Jalen Armour Davis, who actually did relatively recently return to the lineup, out. Well, let's not say, well, he's not out. He's not ruled out yet, but he has missed practice this week with a concussion. And really being because the game is Monday, the practice days listed here, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I guess they are practicing now, I assume. I guess I probably should have known that. Probably. Thursday, Friday did not practice for Mr. Armour Davis. OBJ is dealing with an illness. Didn't participate Thursday, full participant Friday though. So it would appear that he's getting himself over this illness and he's going to play. Kind of doubt that whatever illness it was would be able to keep him out of a game, especially if he could get out there and practice. Zay Flowers having a little bit of a foot problem. Limited Thursday, but full participant Friday. Barring any setbacks, he should be out there for the game against the 49ers. Mr. Malik Ham, he lost his Malik brother, as in Malik Harrison is no longer on this injury report. He's the lone Malik on this injury report. Ankle ailment. Full participant Thursday and Friday. See, a lot of the game statuses aren't even out yet. Oh well. Ronnie Stanley did have that concussion injury on technically a play that he should have been flagged for. Limited participant Thursday, full participant Friday. So, looks like he's moving in the right direction to be able to play. I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. Stanley has been dealing with a lot of lower body injuries over the past few years. There was the ankle that he had to miss significant time for a few years ago. Had at least one surgery. What did he have? Like 2 surgeries? Something about the doctors they were using wasn't the greatest. And then earlier this year, he got rolled up on and been having a lot of knee problems since then. So he is not moving well. And that's going to come into play because the 49ers have got a few good pass rushers. Marcus Williams thought it was a hip problem when he made that tackle right there at the end of half against the Jaguars. But it turns out it's more of a groin thing. Was limited Thursday, but full participant Friday. So he should be looking like he'll have some availability at least. Groin injuries are a little tricky. Take a look at the 49ers and their injury report. Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, they're top pass rushers, if I am not mistaken. And also nose tackle Javon Hargrave. They are all listed here. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, though Eric Armstead did not participate Thursday and Friday, so dealing with foot and knee problem. Nick Bosa looks like it's just rest, so it looks like Bosa's going to be out there. Hargrave dealing with a hamstring injury, didn't participate Thursday, limited Friday. So that's good news for Ravens fans. Anyway, hopefully we'll have at least 2 tackles out there. It doesn't seem like McCary is hampered by anything. Morgan Moses looks okay. So hopefully we have at least them 2. All right, let's move on to some of these articles. This one written by Clifton Brown, BaltimoreRavens.com staff writer. Right there. Mark Andrews spotted in the locker room. It's not like he's at practice or anything. He is essentially really just using the facility to rehab. So he's in that rehab process. Had successful surgery. Have some time after the surgery before you can really start going into rehab and stuff. Just because you got to let the tissue and stuff heal itself from the surgery. So he's rehabbing. Still not rolling. Ravens are still not rolling out Mark Andrews for, let's say, a deep playoff run. It's possible. It's possible. This article written by Ryan Mink, editorial director. Headline really says it all. I did kind of go over it on the injury report. Flowers returned to practice, but Odell Beckham is still dealing with an illness. It does. I am, based on the article and the injury report, I am led to believe that these 2 gentlemen will be out there Monday night. What capacity? Don't know. But hopefully it's at enough to get us a win. And some more, let's call it scheduling news. This time of the year, with some of the teams being eliminated from playoff contention, some of these playoff pushes being ramped up, Ravens versus Dolphin game has not been flexed at this time. And it's looking like it won't get flexed. This article written by Clifton Brown, BaltimoreRavens.com staff writer. There were a few options. This is going to be a 1 o'clock game. It could have been flexed to an afternoon game. It could have been flexed to a Sunday night game. The Sunday night game was, if I read this article correctly, it's going to be the Vikings and the Packers. I guess could be a closer divisional matchup. So, potentially. But there were the Broncos game was on there and the Chief games was on there for the afternoon. So they feel like Ravens-Dolphins isn't as good, I guess. Okay. However, do what you got to do, I guess. I guess the Ravens have gotten enough primetime games, especially late this year. So, I'm okay with it. Though I do think, because this game is in Baltimore, that the later the game is played, the colder it will be. And if that's going to benefit anybody, it's going to benefit the Ravens. And it's going to hurt the Dolphins. So that's probably why it wasn't flexed. The league wants to help the Dolphins, I guess. Otherwise, why would you not flex this game? Take a look at the playoff picture, courtesy of NFL.com. Ravens still the only team to have clinched a playoff spot, which is slightly odd. Would have figured, the Dolphins, they have 10 wins. They haven't clinched a spot yet, really? Okay. But they're 2, and they're playing Dallas. So we got to become Cowboy fans. Yay. Chiefs and Raiders. Got to become Raiders fans. This is probably the one of the. We probably really only have to worry about the Dolphins and the Chiefs. All the teams below here. Well, I get the Bengals too. These 8-win teams, I feel like the Ravens are going to get at least one more win. So these teams with 8 wins aren't really going to knock the Ravens out. The Browns technically still do have a chance. They are 2 games behind the Ravens, but because of tie-breaking scenarios, what does it go to? Head-to-head matchup, they're tied. Division matchup, they're tied currently. Though each team does have one more opponent to play. And then it's common opponents, like the Indianapolis team and everybody else in the AFC South and everybody in the NFC West. Well, from what I saw on the schedule, or this, not necessarily schedule, but the records against the teams, got about the same number of wins, which is slightly disappointing. Though the Browns have actually played one less game against the conference, because their last 3 games are against the conference. So the Ravens are playing San Francisco Monday, so Ravens have gotten one more game in against the conference so far. Now, on the flip side of this, one of the common opponents is the NFC West. Well, so far, you know what? I don't remember. Where was that? How did the Browns do against the NFC West? I think they beat them all, right? They beat the Cardinals. They lost to the Seahawks. The Browns beat the 49ers. That does not go well for us. Where the hell are the rest of them? The Seahawks and the Cardinals. Where's the Rams? They lost to the Rams. So that does help because technically the Browns have 2 losses against the NFC West. That helps a little bit. Though I don't know if they will, where the tiebreaker scenario is. Victory played within the conference. They don't go to the other conference. It's really the common games. So you lump all the common games in together. 1-loss record within the conference is the 4th tiebreaker. It's odd that the Ravens have not, as well as they have played, they have not eliminated the Browns from playoff contention yet. That's wow. Slightly annoying. Looking ahead to the future, you're going to have to worry about the Bengals, the Browns, and the Steelers now, just because even if the Steelers don't get a good team, they always play you tough. Annoying. Bengals are still in it. How are the Bengals still in it? They're under their 2nd string quarterback. Are they playing a bunch of scrubs? Probably. Boy. Really, the Dolphins and the Chiefs, the Ravens have to worry about. Though I am hesitant to root for the top seed. I don't know. Ravens, they could absolutely use the rest, but do they play well after bye weeks? Not particularly. I don't know that their 1-loss record is that good, or that the team looks that great coming off of a bye week. Just going to have to see. All right, let's wrap this up and move on to the logistical stuff. All right, 3 more regular season games left to go. Dolphins will be next week, and the Steelers will be the final week of the season. That game, according to this, has not been scheduled yet. Don't know the date and or the time yet. Okay. This week's matchup at the San Francisco 49ers, going to Levi's Stadium for Monday Night Football. Christmas Day, 8 o'clock. They play on Christmas Day last year. Well, I think they all played on Christmas Day last year because Christmas was Sunday last year. So, happy holidays, everybody. And hopefully, well, you do what you want to do, I guess. But you got your time to get in your holiday festivities with your family. And then when 8 o'clock rolls around, you can watch your favorite team play Monday Night Football. How about that? Be sure to like and subscribe. I am the Angry Ryno. Fly, Ravens, fly.